Hello everybody, happy Wednesday, hump day. Tonight I thought we would play with ink. It is so awesome that we have ink and chalk. Our chalk is our semi-permanent, where our ink is permanent when you heat set it. So that will be fun. And I have many different things that I want to do. I'm going to use these little canvas purse things that I had found at the craft store, and I am going to use a coffee cup, and I have this glass canister, and I also have a baby onesie, so that you guys can start thinking about what I may be doing with these. I'm so happy to be on live finally. It's been a busy week. I swear it's felt like a whole year. And I have this glass. But first, I have a new package that came in the mail today. I also have a baby onesie. And I'm gonna open that up. And again, honestly, I only remember one thing that is in here. I don't know what else. I'm battling with my own voice. Sorry, I had the volume on my computer again as always. Let me get this opened up so we can all see what's in it. Getting a package from Chalk Couture is so exciting. For one, they come in these fun cardboard things when you order a big transfer. And I think it might be one of our fonts that is in here. Our font transfers are super big, and they can be cut down individually to make it easier to chalk with. I can get this open. Usually you can just pull that tab, but it is not working for me. And it feels like Christmas. It feels like Christmas literally outside. To be honest, my heat is on at the moment. Because my house got under 70 degrees because it's only like 40, 45 degrees outside. And it's been raining and cold and disgusting. Oh. And it's not a big transfer that's in here. I thought it was my alphabet coming. I don't know why they put it in such a big package. Oh well. Oh, we have the fall floral frame. That's really pretty. It's got these little fall leaves all the way around, and you can put another transfer inside of it, like the word fall or something, you know, from another transfer. So that'll be fun. And of course, this is the one I really wanted. I can't wait. You can even do these on windows. They're snowflakes. So that will be fun to chalk on some windows this winter. And each one gives you your little invoice receipt thing. And what else do I have in here? It looks like some chalk. I have Storm and Spring Zing. Those are fun colors. I wanted the Spring Zing one because I think it would make a fun Halloween color. It's such, for me not liking green, I think this green is really pretty. Look at that. That is so pretty. So I will add that to my paste collection. And this is Storm. Storm is kind of like a gray, but not really. It's hard to explain. It's more of a gray, I guess. A good neutral color. If you're doing like something with pastels or neutral decor in your home, this Storm is a really good color for that. And what else do we have in here? I don't know. I'm still confused why they put it in such a big cardboard. That's it. Strange. And I got some more chockable chips, so I can use those. So I'll set all that aside. Oh, I can't wait to use my fall frame and my snowflakes. So excited for that. Okay. So get those out of my way. Take care of my garbage. Okay. Like I said, if you're not familiar with Chalk Couture, it is a company that sells products that you can make high-end DIY home decor with. And it's fun and it's easy and anybody can do it. They have their main selling points are their transfers, chalk paste, chalk ink, and board surfaces. It's just exciting, you guys. I don't know what else to say about it. It is a good product and it is addicting, and I think you should try it. So we are doing ink tonight. In all my other videos I've done chalk. This is the first time I have inked on a live video. So I'm really hoping that it turns out well, because inking is not my specialty, and so I needed more practice. And I thought while I was practicing that I would show you. So I once did the coffee cup before. This same coffee cup. And I don't know if it sat in water too long or what happened to it, but I don't know, one of the letters got messed up. So I scrubbed it all off, and it's supposed to be permanent. So I don't know if maybe if I heat set it wrong or what happened. So I'm going to ink it again. And when you heat set it after you ink, you put it in a cold oven for 350 degrees. You just sit it on a pan, put it in the cold oven, set it to 350 degrees. Once it hits the 350, start timing it for a half hour. Then shut it all off and let it sit in your oven while your oven cools down. And that should make it permanent. Now, I'm not going to sell it that it's dishwasher safe, but it should be permanent to wash. I have another coffee cup that worked fantastic. It hasn't messed up at all. But this one, I don't know, for some reason it didn't work out. So we're going to try that again. So let me get my coffee transfers up and get you pointed down to my surface, and we'll get started. All right. Let me get you pointed down here. Hopefully you can see what I'm doing. I'm trying to... Oh, and this is another one that I had just done, I don't know, 2 nights ago. It's like a little candle holder. Or, you know, you could put little doodads in there. But it is super, super pretty. And for this, I used the mini transfer. And I forget the name of that transfer right now. I've got it right here. I could look for the name quick. Oh, it was our Beach Day mini transfers. So this came from Beach Day. But I thought that was the prettiest one. And I don't have many colors in ink. I just have this small snack, which is 4, 5, 6. I have 7 inks is all. So I need to buy some more inks and get caught up. But I thought that was so pretty. So I will be heat setting that with this batch. And our coffee ones, let's see what our choices are. Of course, I want to put something coffee on it. That's going to be too big. So we've got, I don't know if I want to put a cup on a cup, though. Maybe I could just put the word coffee. Oh, I might do that. I'm going to put coffee on the coffee cup. And since it's blue and it's got white on the inside, I'm going to put white ink. When you are working on fabric, you do not need to fuzz your transfer. But on glass or a coffee cup or anything, you know, ceramic or whatever, that's not fabric, then you will want to. So I'm going to sit it right there on my fuzzing thing. Get this lined up. I'm going to grab a few squeegees. And I do stir my ink. I have not found a reason to use any water in my ink yet because, unlike the chalk, the ink holds the moisture. It doesn't really dry out. So I'm not going to worry about adding any water to it. And if you're not familiar, this is our fuzzing cloth. What it does is on the loopy side, it puts fuzz on our transfer to make it less sticky. So when we're putting our transfer onto the surface that we're using, then it won't stretch our transfer when we go to pull it off. The fuzzing cloth also has a microfiber drying side for drying your transfers after you clean them. So let's see here. I think I might want to grab, I don't know if that'll work. I can try that. Oh, I have water spots on my coffee cup. And you just try to eyeball it and put it in the placement where you want it to be. And everyone says, and I just kind of go by what what I see done, is that you want it down past the point of where your mouth's not going to touch the ink when you drink. Because I think that's a little, I don't know, it's a big subject whether the ink is good for you to have near your mouth, I guess. And just try to spread it out. Because it's rounded, it's a lot different to place. And honestly, I think I'm going to pull it over just a little bit further. I'm going to fuzz this a couple more times. I don't trust it. No, I think I like it there. And then maybe put something on this other side. I don't know. Try to decide. Decisions. You know, if this was the hardest decision I had to make this week, then I'd be doing okay. You just want to push it all down. You don't want any air bubbles. So you want to just keep on trying to maneuver it to get all the wrinkles out. Anything that might get in the way of your silk screen. This has got a wrinkle, but it's not by the silk screen, so I think that part would be okay. Let me try to get these F's a little better. This is the worst part. I don't know if I'm going to have any luck. Boy, this tests your patience sometimes, huh? Sometimes I don't have any patience at all. Ooh, I think I almost got the C. And I've got the E's okay. other transfers I had used on this were smaller. This one's more difficult because it's bigger. But you just gotta play with it and try to get it all straightened out. Okay, I think I got my C. Now just about... Hey, kitties. Oh, cat fight. Cat fight and alive. That might be better entertainment than me right now. Hey, you two. Be nice. They're being naughty kids over here. You're on live. People are watching you. You better be good. Yeah, I'll kick you out of my room. I'm just having no luck right now getting these Fs. I'm trying, guys. I'm trying. I really don't want to lift this back up, but... See, the E's are no problem because they're kind of in the center, but these F's are down here on another curve at the bottom, causing me trouble. Okay, I think that's going to be okay. I think I got it. It's got a little bit of wrinkle there, but I'm just going to try to push that wrinkle away far enough to where I think we have clearance to ink. And here I thought, oh, I'll just do these quick projects, no problem. Look how long it's taken me to get this figured out. All right. Cross your fingers, everyone, because we're going in. Okay, now let me get my white. Ooh, or do I want to do it in gold or silver? No, I really don't think so. It's got a white inside. I'm just going to match it with the white. Okay. Now, if you can see how smooth this is. It is so smooth and so creamy. I just love how the ink is. But be really careful not to get it on your shirt or your clothing or anything because the ink can be permanent. Like I said, it needs to be heat set, but you really don't want to be getting it like all over your clothes. So you just have to be more careful. So it's mixed up. Like I said again, you do not need water because it's always so, so creamy. And you just run it through. Just like your paste. Oh, what I forgot is they say start on the green part of your transfer and not like right in the middle of your silk screen. That it just applies better that way. And just work your way around. And hope that you don't have bubbles and your ink's not going to bleed underneath your transfer. My cats are so busy playing right now, trying to distract Mom. And I went over it and made sure that I got it all in my transfer. Another thing with the ink is it dries slower, so you have a little bit more time to play a little bit with it. Make sure that you're not getting all your like lines, or that you are getting all your lines smooth. I like going over it a couple different times here and there, just to make sure that all that silk screen got covered. Alright, then you just peel it. So wish me luck because I might need it. Do you guys' cats ever chew on cardboard like mine is right now? Or are my cats just strange? Ooh, and I like. And then just take that and put it right in your water bath. Now I do have one little spot there that I think could have been better, but that doesn't look too bad. It looks a little wavy, but that's how the transfer pattern is. So that's not from me. That's from how the transfer is. That is so, so cool. I hope this one turns out and that when I bake it and it doesn't come off this time. I'm going to set this aside down here. And on the other side, I kind of liked this. This is Why Hello. And it's from the Beautifully Rare Minis transfer. And I'm going to put that on the other side. Because I don't want just one pattern on it that says coffee. So I'm going to put this on there quick. And I can't work with it this way because my ink's wet on that side. So I just have to be careful. I'm just going to use the handle and hold it. I better fuzz it on my fuzzing cloth. This one would be a lot quicker because the transfer isn't as big. And it should wrap around that curve a lot better. Then I just say, why hello, coffee. How many of you guys drink coffee at home every morning? Even though, you know, I may not need it, I can't get out of the habit of not drinking it. And I drink it for half the day, believe it or not. And it sounds like I would be drinking a lot of coffee, but really I just kind of sip on it. I don't know, maybe it's a safety net just having it there with me. Okay, I already have this almost ready to ink. See how quick that one was? These minis are perfect for coffee mugs. Or, you know, any small projects like this. So I'm going to go right back into my ink. Start on the teal part of the transfer and pull down. And you really don't use a lot of ink at all when you do this. It takes so little ink. The same with our chalk paste. It does not take a lot. If you look at our website, our inks and chalk paste come in 3-ounce jars. And those 3-ounce jars will get you through a lot of projects. I have not, in the last couple months that I've been doing this, because I'm pretty new, and I have not had to reorder a color yet, and I've done several different projects. Okay. Now, I like that. Why, hello, coffee. That's fun. Can you guys see that? All right, so I'm going to set this aside to dry. That little mark that was on the coffee here on the E, I don't know if I'll get away with... I don't want to use a Q-tip because I'm afraid I'll wipe that off. When this dries, we have a tool, our detailing tool. It's got a little squeegee on one end, and it's actually got a little lid with a pokey tool on this end. And when that dries a little bit, I don't know if it'll come off yet, but you just take that pokey tool And you can scratch away at that mistake just a little bit because it allows you to get closer to that edge, just to clean up that edge a little bit. So that's all you would do. But it needs to dry a little bit more. I did fix it a little, but I don't want to mess with it too much. So I'll go back in when this is dry. When you do ink on these, you want to use either a heat tool or a hair dryer. If you want to do it completely and get it right into your oven, dry it completely first. Or let it sit out for 24 hours because you want that dried completely before you put it in your oven. It helps it set. So again, what you do with it is you take it and you put it in a cold oven at 350 degrees. Once it hits 350 degrees, leave it in for a half an hour, then shut your oven off. And you can forget about it for the night and take it out the next morning or something, but let your oven cool down completely. That allows the item that you're heat setting to, on its own, raise, you know, the temperature rises all the way up to that 350 and then it gradually comes back down. And I guess that's what the heat setting part of it is. So that's that coffee cup. And took a little longer than I wanted, but that's okay. Now for this fun one. This is something that I think I got at Goodwill or something, and I was thinking about it and I'm like, I'm not going to be able to put that in an oven because under this lid it has one of those plastic things on the edges so that your lid fits down and holds in place. But you know, it's plastic, so you can't put that in the oven. So I was playing with it earlier and I got it to come off. And I think I just pushed it right back down by showing you the lid, but yeah, there it goes. I'm gonna take that right off, and then after I'm done inking it, letting it dry, heat setting it in the oven, letting it cool down, then I can put this right back on for my lid. So I'm going to hold on to that. Now this one I thought we would do Halloween themed because we have Halloween mini transfers that I thought would be fun. So I thought, you know, put a pattern on each side and like you can fill it up with some candy corn or your favorite candies in there, and then it would have that really cool lid to put on top. And we'll put even a pattern on the top. So we can use like 5 different transfers on here. I think would look really cool. But for Halloween, about the only thing I have is purple, silver, and black, I think, are the only 3 that make sense to do for Halloween. But we have these All Hallows Eve minis that are super cool. We used that in my last live. And so we're going to pull these back out again and use them in this live for this project. So, I'm going to start with the lid, that way we can set that aside. And I think with the lid, I want to do either, I don't know, I was thinking the cat, the pumpkin, or the skull. I think for the top of it, should we make it spooky and put the skull on there? I think we will. I've got a pair of scissors here. This has got lines that you can cut on. So you just follow those lines straight through, and that makes your mini transfer. I'm not sure if I've ever really shown you up close our transfer. or if you could even see it. But if you take it off the backer sheet, this is not open space in there. That is a screen. So everywhere that you don't see green, that is a silk screen, and your paste and your ink goes straight through that silk screen. That's why taking care of our transfers is so important, so that you get those silk screens clean, because they get clogged up and they won't want to work as well because they are actual screens. To me, it's a genius thing, because you can get so much detail in this to where you can't with other crafts. So since we're using it on glass, I'm going to fuzz it up a little bit. It's a brand new transfer, so I'm going to do it a few times. And because it's a brand new transfer, I'm going to put all my backers together over here. I need to write on this, so I want to write not on the glossy side. I want to write on the dull side, because the glossy side is what you put the transfer on after it's cleaned. And I'm just going to put skull. And just use a good old Sharpie marker. Okay. So I'm going to just eyeball this and put it right in the middle. Right about there. Piece of hair or something in it. I think it's okay. Alright, so that's on there. I think I'm going to do it since, well, you can do it in white. Is white too boring? Do we want a black skull though? No? We'll do it in white. Or maybe we can put a little purple on part of it or something. Why don't we just do white here with maybe a purple edge? Let's try that, see what happens. So I'm going to start, and there's not a whole lot of room. What you could do is put some painter's tape, or on our website we have offered placement tape, and you can line that to give you extra room so that you're not getting the ink onto your glass. But I think I'll be okay. And I'm just going to start off the silk screen part and down through. And I think I'm just going to do a swipe like that with the white. And then to make it a little interesting and different and fun, I just feel like adding a little, I'm going to do purple. So I'm going to stir this one up a little bit. And I think I'm just going to use one of my little minis here. And I'm going to pull that right through. So part of that's going to be purple. How fun is that? I think that'd be fun. And I'm just, if you didn't want that to touch the white or blend in, then don't overlap the colors. Just try to get as close to it as you can and just pull smooth. But I did overlap it a little bit. We'll just see how it turns out. I'm curious. So I'm going to pull this up. Oh, now that is so cool. Look how that turned out. It's like a dark purple, and it kind of blended with the white and made it lighter because I pulled it through the white a little bit. Oh my goodness, I love that so much. Okay, I'm going to put that skull away. Oh my goodness. I could just stare at it all day. All my other Halloween stuff too, it's like all I do is stare at it. Somehow I got white ink on my hand. And that's what you want to make sure you don't do either. I don't know where to put all this stuff. I need another table. I think I'll take this other one that's already dry and put over here. I sat too long on my leg. Oh, Okay, that's out of our way. And let's do some fun stuff like that with the rest of these. Okay. And I think I want to do, I wish I had some red and yellow paste so I can make an orange. Or not paste, sorry, ink. Because you could mix ink and ink to make different colors. The same way that you can mix paste with paste to make your own colors. And I feel like I just spit everywhere. Sorry. I don't know if you guys seen that. Alright. So, I definitely want to do the cat and the pumpkin. Because I like those for sure. We'll put some black in there and some white and some purple, silver. We can get some combinations with those ones. Doesn't have to be the traditional pumpkin orange, I guess. Oh, but I didn't write on that one again. Find the dull side and put pumpkin. Put that with my little pile. Fuzz up my pumpkin. Oh, the corner folded a little bit. There we go. Hi, Charlene. Sorry I missed your live. What did you love? The idea with the purple and the white for the skull? I loved it too. It looks awesome. Okay, so now I'm putting the pumpkin on. Again, just eyeballing it. And why don't we, do you want to do a little black? We can do this one black and white. We can do this one black and purple, silver. Anything goes, anything goes. Mix it up a little bit, which is always completely fine, but I always do it because things like this, they're pigmented, right? I don't know. Okay, so I want to do the same thing with the pumpkin because we're just going to do all crazy stuff. Let's take the black this way off of the silk screen and just pull it through. I'm going to go just a little bit more to make sure I got good coverage. And I think that's probably okay. And trying to decide, yeah, the purple and the white, Charlene, that is, I loved it. I really wish I had orange. I don't have many inks. I need to put in an order, but that's okay. Let's do the purple again, because that was fun. We'll do purple and black for the pumpkin. May not turn out the same, but you never know what it's going to turn out to be. And that's okay, because if you don't like it, you can wash it. Until you heat set it, it still can be wiped off. Okay, I don't know what that's going to look like, but let's pull it up and see. It looks kind of blendy. Ooh. I got a little bit on the bottom, just wipe it off a little. Throw that in my water. Look at that pumpkin. Is that not cool or what? And it doesn't have to be perfect. That's what I love so much about it. Okay. So, off to the black cat. Maybe the black cat will do black and silver. That'd be fun. And I think if you put candy corn in there, you're going to have the orange behind it. I don't know. To me, it just sounds like a good idea. I'm not a big candy corn eater, but... Okay. So, we've got this lined up. Looks about the same area that my pumpkin might be in. Okay, so we're gonna do black because it's a black cat. Black and silver. Okay, I got this ink on my finger. Get that wiped off before I have trouble. Okay, and I think we'll do, how about this? I'm going to try to do kind of a little circle in the center to get his face, and then the outside, like his ears and his little whiskers and stuff, or his little foofy fur on the sides, we'll do silver. So we'll just do this whole black base black. Kind of a little circle here. I don't know. Try that. Put the extra, you always want to keep your excess. Put your extra right back in the jar. Check your fingers. And we're going to open the silver. And I'll get another stir stick. Kitty, get off my plastic stuff. You'll chew it. Okay. I don't know if you can see this, but this silver looks so metallic. The silver and the gold, Charlene, don't you think? Okay. So, let's do the outside part of our kitty in silver. And just go right in a circle with that silver. Of course, I have way too much, and I want to make sure I don't have black in the silver. I have very little. I think it'll be okay. I just don't want to put that back in the jar if it's too nasty. And I think this little bit that I'm scraping off now, I'm just going to put into paper towel. Excuse me. Get a paper towel here. I just don't want to put too much black into that jar, and that I think more than I wanted. Okay. Now I'm going to pull this transfer off. Ooh, he's cute. I think it made him more cute than scary, but that's pretty cool. And fun. Yay. I don't know if I really care for the silver on that glass, but I don't know, that's pretty cool. And now those two sides are wet, so these other two, I'm just going to have to do it kind of upright in my hand because I do not want to smudge. Let me write on this. This is the cat. Make sure you're writing on the dull side. Put that in my backer pile. Okay. So we used the skull on the lid, and we did the pumpkin and the cat. And I think these next ones, since we did the white and purple on the skull, we'll do that on the side because we've already done purple and black. We've already done black and silver. So I think we'll do purple and black again, or purple and white. And then maybe a white and silver. So I have Rest Your Bones. We can use that one. I don't want to put just all words on it. I want it to show through, like if there's candy in there, that you can see it really well. So I think we'll use maybe Harvest Moon and Rest Your Bones. Because they're the ones with the bigger pictures on it. That's why I chose them. And then since this one's by itself, I'll mark this one too while I'm at it. All Hallows Eve. All Hallows Eve. Harvest Moon. And Rest Your Bones. Okay, I'm going to put these, just to get them out of the way, I'm going to put these back into the package because we're not going to be using these ones. And then I'll put those aside. All right. We'll do Rest Your Bones first, and we'll do this in the purple and white like we did the skull. Hopefully it turns out as cool. Tried to put it about where I put the other ones, kind of in the center. I think I'm going to put it lower. I'm trying to line them up the best I can with the other ones that are next to it. Oh, I got it crooked. Okay. So we did the white on the inside. Last time we'll put the purple on the inside to make it a little bit different than our skull that we did on the lid. Okay. Now I'm just going to go straight down, I think. And you can see on this, because it's glass, that if your ink looks like it's kind of see-through, like you can see light through it as you're doing this. And when you do it, you can see what I mean. I don't know if you can see on camera, but I went over it just a few times because some spots looked pretty light. And so that added more ink to it that made it look darker. So I think that's good right there. Let's go back in with white on both sides. I think I'm going to start in the green there, outside of my silk screen. I'm just going to pick it up and bring it up through. And then I'm going to start on the green and just pull it down. Yep, need a little bit more. And it will be blendy on those sides because I overlapped the white with the purple again. All right, and see, and now that's got purple in it, and I do not want to put that back in the jar. So even though I don't want to waste that little bit, because I like keeping every little bit I can, I'm going to put that on the paper towel. Let's pull it off. Oh, I think I missed a corner. Hold on. I missed that whole corner. I don't know how I did that. All right. Now let's pull it off. Ooh, and that looks kind of like a tombstone because that's the shape it is, but it that purpley white, I don't know, it almost makes it look kind of aged, a little rustic. I love it. This is so much fun. It would be better if I had a little orange though, because I like orange and black. All right, one more. Harvest Moon. And because it's moon, we're going to do white and silver. And I already marked it. So let me fuzz this one. Get this right in line. I think I want it down just a little bit farther. Kitty, what are you doing in my dresser? And since it does have words, I mean, you want to pay attention to that too, that you got it kind of pretty straight. I think that looks good there. This one seems a little bigger, you know, as you look at it up and down than the other ones, but that's just me. Okay, so I think we'll stay with the same moon shape and do like a swipe of white, and then on the edge do the silver. That's my ideas. Do the words and kind of like his face in that front part of the moon white, and then do the edge in silver. That'd be fun. Let's see if it comes out that way. All right, the words first. And then I'm just going to swipe it around like we did the other ones. I'm going to get into that moon part a little bit farther, because I want there to be silver, but I don't want it to be a lot. I think we'll just leave it like that and do the rest in the silver. Let's see what we got. It's mixed, so I want to put it on my paper towel. And just a little bit of silver on the edge. I'm just going to take that and kind of run it through that edge again. I don't think I got it as silver as I wanted, but I'm going to try just to mix it in a little bit. See if that'll put more of that silver into that silk screen. So when I pulled it through, it wasn't a whole lot. Okay, so let's keep it at that. I'm not going to wipe the extra off because I don't want to pull it through again. Ooh, it's got a little bit of lineage, but I kind of like it. It doesn't really pop like the other ones do, so it's not my favorite, but it is pretty cool. And once you get like the orange and yellow candy corn behind it, it'll make it look even better. So, that's our harvest moon, and our pumpkin, our black cat, rest your bones, and the top lid, which is our skeleton. That was a lot of fun. And I'm going to sit this over here on my dresser for lack of space. All right. So, what do we have next? Next, I think, well, first of all, let's I don't think we need these all open until I decide what colors I'm using, so I'm going to close these up. And I have plenty of stir sticks, so for now I'm just going to put those in my water bath. I'm going to grab the edge of the ink jars to clean them up a bit. Make sure it's all off that side as much as possible. I need those babies, and then I can pull them back out and clean them. I only have the one that I cut in, the one squeegee I cut in half to make those smaller pieces, but I don't think I'll need the small ones because what I'm doing next is bigger. I hope you guys are enjoying this as much as I am. I really do. While I'm picking this mess up, I have a favor to ask. If you would please, would you share out my video to your friends and family? Will you tell them all about Chalk Baby and how much fun you had watching me? I would surely love some more visitors to my page. And if you think this is a good idea and a good craft to check out, would you please go and like and subscribe over on my YouTube page and check me out on Instagram, chalkbaby_cc. Also, another thing, please go look at my website so you can find all this fun stuff. I would really love for you to pick something out and try it and like it as much as I do so that you can share your ideas and your projects with me. Would super love it to be able to talk to my own people about Chalk Couture and how much fun it has brought to your life as much as it has brought to mine already. So, that's all picked up. That was my little talk for you. That's all I'm going to do, I promise. For now. Maybe a little at the end. Winky, winky. I'm going to take a wipe and wipe my hands because I do have ink on my hands and I'm pulling out fabric, so I do not want to be messing with the fabric with ink on my hands. Not so bad on a glass item because that's a lot more washable than trying to get a mistake up off of fabric. So, before I knock this coffee cup down that we just recently did, I am going to put that aside. I've got lots of stuff to bake, y'all. Pretty happy about it. Okay, now let me get this out of the way before I put my hand in it. And I'm going to quickly scrub up some of these transfers because they've been sitting here too long. It will only take me a minute because they're very small. I wish I had more room to dry them out, but I will dry them the best I can so that I can get them placed back on their backers and put away. I got 3 more quick things I want to show you, and they'll be a lot quicker than what I just did. so it shouldn't take long, but I really wanted to show you ink on fabric. I put them sticky side down onto my mat first, and I just pat them like I just did. And of course it picks up a whole bunch of cat hair, oh my goodness. But that should come off when I use the wet wipe. I will use the wet wipe across them quickly. Before I put them on the backer. You just want to scrub them up enough to get that silk screen dry. I just want to pat it with my hand and flip it over so that it can start drying. Getting the silk screens clean, getting the excess ink and stuff off my transfers. You might have some staining, and that's okay as long as your screens are clean. Hey Dar, you missed what I just did. I'll show you at the end. You didn't call me back earlier. You never do. You say, oh, I'll call you back. I'll call you right back. You're a big brat. That's okay. I still love you. We did some Halloween stuff. We're doing ink tonight. So I will be baking my ink projects. And then with fabric, you heat set that by using parchment paper and an iron. If you are into Cricut and you have the Cricut Easy Press, that will be a lot more convenient for you to use. And I'll tell you why in a minute. Flip that over. Let these dry a little bit. Sorry, I have to do this, otherwise the glue will expand and I will ruin my transfers. Not the glue, the adhesive on my transfers will swell up. That's what I call it anyway. I don't know if that's what it actually does, but I have about ruined a couple new transfers in the past by leaving them in the water too long. And now, here in September, they've reformulated our transfers so that now you have even less time that you should have them in the water. You really shouldn't have them in the water at all. You're supposed to wash them right away. So, that's that. I think I'm good. I think I have the squeegees I need, I hope. Oh, I found another transfer. Hold on just a second, sorry. If anybody else is watching, please say hi to me. If you're watching the replay, put replay into the comments. I'd really love to see who does watch. Just going over this with a wet wipe. Do not use a baby wipe. It has too many oils. And those oils are not good for our transfer. You have to use something more natural and disinfecting than like an oily baby wipe for your skin. So no baby wipes. And I wish I could say no cat hair. Oh, I'm so ready to get rid of them, but I can't. They're my babies. It's just so annoying. It's one thing to have it around my house, but when I'm trying to do something like this, it aggravates me. I mean, because granted, there's going to be hair if you have animals, but this is ridiculous. And it's because at night, they like to climb around my things and creep around. And so they're always in my bedroom. They get up on my craft table. They knock things over. Pain in my booty. Cat hair all over on this one, and I don't understand that. I'm going to dip that back in the water again. See if that helps. Guess what? It didn't really help. Because I put it right back on that mat again that has cat hair on it. Some days I don't really have patience. I'm going to wet my finger and see if that'll come off. Yep, no luck. I'll have to work on that later. And I do, if those wet wipes are not that dirty or that whatever, I do put them right back in my jar and use them again until I think they need to be thrown away, because around here, you can't find those very often, so I'm happy to have what I have. I need to start looking for more before I run out. I'm going to throw these little boogers right back on their backer sheets. And I already wrote on the dull side, and I'm going to put them right back on that glossy side so that I can store them. They don't have to be totally perfect. I don't get any of them really totally perfect, as long as they're not sticking together is what I'm looking for. I try to get them on there as, you know, as good as I can. Okay, why hello, and that's got a little water on it. I'm honestly just going to dab it so I can get it put away. If I had more room, I'd probably let these sit out a little longer and actually dry all the way. But I don't have any room for that at the moment. If I was by myself, I'd probably step away and do something and then come back just to give them time to dry. But for the sake of the live, I'm just going to move on. This looks like it goes on this way. Put the pumpkin. And then all these little Halloween ones we're going to put right into our All Hallows Eve minis package and seal it up. And my storing process for my transfers, I'm getting quite a bit now, but I have a couple nails on the wall. And I have my huge, gigantic transfers on one, and then I have my B-size transfers on another one. For now, that's what I'm doing. I may have to put one or two more hooks in, or, you know, nails in the wall, because those nails are getting full that are up there already, until I can come up with a new system. My A-size transfers, I'll show you what I put those in. I might just have this little plasticky folder, and it's got this little zipper. And as you can see, I just slide those A's in there, and it's getting ruined. Like, I'm going to have to buy a portfolio and come up with a new system, because I've already taped the bottom of this because it came apart. It's okay. It'll be alright. But these are all my A transfers. I just got this new Christmas one. And the one I'm using tonight is a new one for the baby onesie. So that'll be fun to show you. So that's how I do my transfers right now. until I move on to something different. So let me get this coffee one. This dinosaur one is the one I'm going to put on the baby onesie in just a few seconds here. Get this coffee thing out of the way. Put that back in its package. And I'm honestly just tossing these aside and I will hang them up later. I just want them all organized and cleaned and out of my way. Okay, so I want to make sure this area is clean because this baby onesie is white. Let me wipe it down quick. Get all this nastiness out of here. Okay. Dry it up a little bit. Alrighty, so we have the baby onesie. And this one I'm just using as a, I think this is 3 to 6. Yeah, this is a 3 to 6 one. So this is itty bitty baby one. And let me get my inking mat out. Now our inking mats come, I think, I don't know, it's something like 20 something by 11 inches wide. So it's pretty big. It's more long than it is wide. I cut the bottom off of it, just enough to fit it into a onesie like this because otherwise it wasn't gonna fit. So I have a bigger piece and then I have this small piece. The reason why we use our ink mats, as you can see, they're really sticky, and that is to put in between our layers, because since this is ink, our inks like the fabric likes to draw in that ink. So we do not want to get the back of our project all inked up. So we put this mat in there, and that stops the ink from running through to the back of your project. It also holds your material in place for when you're inking, that your transfer's not going to, or that your fabric's not going to move around when you're using your transfer. See how that just sticks right in place there? Okay. I don't even know what time it is. I probably had you guys on forever, and you probably need to go to bed. I always want to do so much in one video. Let's write on the back of this. Just gonna write roar. And then we'll know which side to put that transfer on. I want to keep you forever all the time because I have all these projects just sitting around my house that need to be done. They don't need to be done. I want to do them. And so, like, doing one project and being done in 20 minutes, that's not long enough for me. I'm going to have to do a few shorter videos. I mean, because how many projects am I doing tonight? 5. The last live I did 4. So I really just need to cut it down to a couple. Oh, this one's smooth. Okay. So you just kind of line it up. Because it's going on fabric, you do not need to fuzz it on your fuzzing cloth. But you do not want wrinkles or anything in your transfer or your fabric. You just want it all smooth. And I don't have green. And I don't have anything in my inks that I can mix to make green. So I'm going to do, I think I'm going to do the outside of the dinosaur in one color. And then I'm going to come through to these little dots of his and put that maybe a different color. And then I'm going to do this roar in probably black, kind of like a little black thought bubble. Yeah, I think that is what I'm doing. So let me get my black open. And I think I'm going to do the dinosaur. Should we do it for a girl? Do like a purple and a teal? I think that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna do it for a girl. Okay. Get all my inks open. You want to be very careful not to get that on your fabric. And again, whether I think I need to mix it or not, I don't know what the rule is on that. I mix my inks every time because I just never know what you're really supposed to do. So there's my black mixed, there's my purple mixed. And my teal. I love this teal color. I should buy a couple more of these and have it on hand so I never run out. But since it's the color of our company, of Chalk Couture, this is their color for the company. And I don't think they'll ever get rid of that, right? I mean, at least you would hope not. Okay. So now I need squeegees. And of course I only have one of those size. I will quickly wash up another one in that size. Another couple probably. And these are just rubbery squeegees. I mean, to describe it to you, it's just basically a piece of flimsy rubber. I don't know if you can tell that it's bending. So they're easily washable. Not a big deal. Wash them up, and I think I want one of those little slivers, my little mini guy, to get those dots. I think it'd just be better to randomly get those small dots. Okay, let's do the black for the thought bubble. Now you want to start outside of the silk screen, and you want to just pull gently because, oh, this is the part that makes me nervous. I'm not good at the fabric, you guys. This is why I need the practice. So, just letting you know, it's a warning. It may not turn out. Because I did a shirt for Darla and it bled and I was not happy. Start on the tail part and run it through. Just being ever so careful. And I'm just going to do it light because I'm just hoping that that might make a difference if maybe I was doing it too hard before. I want a dark coverage and make sure I get all the spots, so I went over it a few times. I don't know why I get nervous about the ink. Okay. And now I'm going to move down to, I think we'll do it a purple dinosaur with teal dots. How's that? So I'm just going to run this straight through this dinosaur guy and all the parts that I want purple. And there's a couple dots that are by his little spiny things over here. And that's okay if I get some purple in those dots, because you know me, I'm not too picky and I don't want to sit here and be all perfect and whatnot tonight. I'm just really not in that mood, to be honest. So we're just gonna fly with it. I did get some of those dots that are purple. So let me make sure I get the dots that I did purple. I'm going to actually cover the whole dot purple. And then the other ones are going to be the teal ones. This dot was purple, and this dot got purple. Okay, so fingers crossed I did the purple good. I did a shirt for Darla's daughter, and that turned out fine. Which, by the way, I need to finish up your other stuff, Darla, and get that sent out to you. I'm so random about it, but at least you're just my friend. And it's not like I owe a customer, you know? Okay, so let's get some of these dots. The teal. And with the ink, remember, you've got a little bit of time and you don't have to rush through it. Like with chalk, you have to be careful it doesn't dry on you. The ink, you've got a little bit longer to play with. And I just got some purple into a polka dot, and it's gonna just be a teal and purple polka dot because I ain't worried about it. Okay, that's got a little purple and teal on that squeegee, and I do not want to put that back in my jar, so I put it on a paper towel. All right, moment of truth. You want to pull from the center and not from the sides, and just go straight up and down. Yay! Even though I got a couple of those little dots mixed up, not so bad. I did better on that. No, Darla, if your t-shirt would just end up that way, that would be great. I'll turn this around so you guys can see it and make sure I don't have any ink on my hands. Oh, I'm happy with that. That's fun. I wish that teal wasn't in that purple right there, though. I ain't gonna mess with it. I ain't gonna mess with it because I'll end up screwing it up. And I'm not even taking it off this sticky ink mat. I'm not gonna pull that out tonight. I'm just gonna let it dry. And hopefully my kitties don't get into it. But after you ink on your fabric, this is what you want to do. You are going to want to pull your ink mat out. So, oh no. Oh, I thought I messed it up. You're going to want to pull your ink mat out. And you can blow dry this and get it all completely dry. Or you can let it sit overnight or whenever. But to heat set your ink, you are going to want to dry it completely. After taking that mat out, you are going to turn on your iron, heat it up on the cotton setting or according to your fabric instructions. And you're going to put a piece of parchment paper on it. Now, with that hot iron set on your cotton, you are going to put the iron on top of the parchment paper and iron it for 4 minutes. Time it and iron it for 4 minutes on one side, and then you're going to flip your fabric over and you're going to put the parchment paper down and you're going to iron it on that side for 4 minutes. So iron 4 minutes on each side on the cotton setting, but make sure you have your parchment paper in between your project and your iron, or you're going to just sizzle that ink right onto your iron and ruin everything. So you have to have the parchment paper in between. And make sure your project is dry before placing that parchment paper back down or on it to dry or to heat set it. So again, pull your mat out. Make sure your project is completely dry, whether you air dry it or blow dry it. Put your parchment paper down and iron it on your cotton setting for 4 minutes on both sides. If you have a Cricut Easy Press, you are going to make sure you remove that ink mat that's in between here the sticky ink mat. Pull your ink mat out. Make sure your project's dried completely. Use the parchment paper and put your easy press onto your project. And I believe it's 330 degrees for 30 seconds. And you do that to both sides, and then that's done. So it's, if you have the easy press, it's 30 seconds versus an iron for 4 minutes. So if you have a Circuit Easy Press or a Cricut Easy Press, I would actually recommend that, but I don't have one of those. So okay, now I'm going to let this line to dry. And honestly, I am going to use my bigger mat, my bigger sized mat. Let's see if I can pull it from underneath this pile. Okay. This is the last thing I'm working on tonight. And I don't know why this is so stuck to my mat. Wow, I don't know why that stuck so hard. Okay, so I'm going to put this aside. This is my bigger mat. I'm going to do these really quick. I thought it would be fun to find these little purses at Hobby Lobby. I'm going to just stick them to the mat so that they don't move around. It is canvas, so there should not be bleeding to the back of your project. So instead of putting like an ink mat inside it and trying to do it that way, I'm just going to stick the thing to the mat and cross my fingers that it doesn't go through. It's a thicker fabric, so I'm not thinking it will. And I want to do 2 of these using the same transfer. This is our welcome door sign. It is huge, huge, huge. But I just want to use this flower because I thought the flower part of it would be fun on these little purses. So let me open it up. I've never even used this. I actually just got this one the other day. And I need to get some planks of wood cut at the right size, about 4 or 6 foot long, and I don't know how many inches wide, maybe about 6 or 8 inches wide, I'm not even sure, and make some porch leaners is my plan with this transfer. So let me cut this. Trying to stay on the line. I'm concentrating. Alright. Now put that aside. And this is the part I want. Now I don't think that the tips of the flower will reach the way I want it to. But I'm totally fine with just having most of it on there. I'm going to put welcome sign flower. Okay. I'm going to set that aside. All right. So let's get these zipper things out of the way. And I think I'm going to do black on this one. And either purple or teal. Or maybe a little both. Maybe we'll play with that one and put purple and teal on it. because I think that would look pretty on the black. Okay, so we want to smooth this down without having any bubbles. Okay. I am a little nervous, but I think I'll be okay. I'm just going to do all black on this first one. I'm going to dip it into my black ink. You know what? I think before I start this, take a deep breath. Actually, no. I'm going to get the painter's tape, and I'm nervous about, let me find it. I don't have our placement tape. I already had this painter's tape from before I did Chalk Couture. So I'm just going to use the painter's tape until it's gone before I order the other placement tape. The really cool thing about the tape that's on our website, the placement tape from Chalk Couture, is that it's actually narrower, and it has measurement lines on it. So that's really cool. But this will protect me from getting ink on this zipper and in between like the little crack that's by the zipper and the fabric. I think that'll help there on the top because that was pretty close right there. Over here, I'm not worried so much. I can just go out to the ends and be done, and I'm not going to run off to try, run into the sides or anything. So let me try this. I'm going to put it on the teal part of my transfer. See, and I've already got, on the painter's tape, so that's good that I did that. And I'm going to put some down here. And I have a little bit more on my thing. I'm just going to start off of the silk screen on the teal part and pull it through. And I'm going to do that all the way around. I'm not going to press too hard this time. I'm just going to do it lightly and keep on pulling it right through my project and cross my fingers. I'm going to pull it up as far as it'll go. And dip back in and grab a little more. And I'm worried because it has some little dips and stuff in it. So, and even, though it doesn't turn out perfect on this one, it may not be so bad. It might look like it was made that way. And I can just pretend, I did it on purpose. Okay, a little bit more. I'm still starting off of the silk screen. May or may not work on this edge. Okay, I think I'm done playing with it. It seems like it's a little bubbly to me, so let's not do any more. Cross your fingers, because we're taking it off. Okay. Yeah, it bled a little bit, but all in all, it's actually looking good. got it onto my jar. Oh wow, that is really cool. It did bleed a little bit on a couple of these petals over here because you can tell it's a little bit wavy, but the whole pattern isn't like perfect sharp edges. So it'll blend right in and it's not even going to be noticeable. Now I think that's really cool. And if I wanted to, like I could do on the back a flower that's part of the way off and part of the way off up here or something, or off the side. And I might do that later on, but tonight I'm not going to. I'm just going to let this dry really, really good. And then maybe we'll do the back, or, you know, you don't see the back of your purse bag thing anyway, a lot of the times. So, I mean, you could almost put anything back there. So I'm going to set this aside to dry. So that was fun. And let's do this one. But first I have to quickly wash my flour. I have to get my buzzing cloth back up here to dry this transfer off so I can reuse it right away. Alright, just about done over here. And this video is another long one because I crunched all these projects into one video. I just kind of wanted to do like one video of all inking, not just do one project and stop like I see sometimes, which there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong with that. I need to actually do shorter videos sometimes for the people that don't have time to watch it all. But with a video, you can always push pause and go back to it. And you can always play the replay and just pick up where you left off, as you know. So you don't have to watch it all at one time. I really don't expect you to watch the whole thing all at one time. It would be great if you did. Okay, let me get this drying cloth. And get that dried up. I just put it in between and folded it over. It's on my mat. Okay, I want it pretty dry. It doesn't have to be perfect. Okay. Got some fuzz on there. Okay, so now I'm going to lay the transfer down on this one. And this time I'm going to put the wider side, before I had this narrower, you know, where the petal came out to the edge, closer to the edge. And so if I do it this way, I don't have to use that painter's tape. I'm going to put it right underneath that zipper. I think I can get away with going up just a little bit farther. I'm just going to stop right there underneath. There's like a little ridge there before you get to it's the sewn part of the zipper. Okay, Now we said we were going to do some teal and some purple on this one. And both of those colors will stand out. I think I'm going to do, should I do the purple in the center and then the teal on the edges, or the other way around? Is there anybody here that can answer that? Probably will be up to me. Or should we do the teal in the center and then blend it into the purple? Either way, it doesn't honestly really matter. And what it'll look like is like an ombre effect, because I'm going to take my finger and I'm going to go around and like mix that little line so that it's not like cut off lines. I think I'm just going to put the purple on the inside. And you're supposed to start off on the green, but doing it this way, you really kind of can't. But we're not doing this perfect. We're doing this one mainly for fun, to try it out. And if I really like it, I'm going to go back and buy some more of these little purses. Found them at Hobby Lobby, and they're super, super inexpensive. Okay, I'm going to take some of that excess off. And I am going to leave a little bit of ink around the ends so that I have something to mix with my finger. I'm going to dip this in our teal. And I'm going to bring that down through. And I'm just putting it right through that silk screen towards the purple, just to the point where I'm about ready to match them up there. I have a little purple, it looks like, on this one petal, but I'm not going to cry about it. Okay, now I'm going to take a little bit of the ink and start bringing it towards that purple even more. I'm trying to make a little extra so I've got something to mix with that purple so that the blue gets around too. Okay, now I'm going to leave it alone. A little touch of purple there, but the rest I'm going to put right back into the jar. Something like that. And then now I'm going to take my finger. I'm going to make it a little bit damp, not hardly any. I probably don't need to do that, but now I'm just going to go around in little circles and start blending this up, pulling that purple into the teal and putting the teal into the purple, kind of in a messy way. This will give us that ombre effect we're looking for. Okay, and I think that's probably pretty good. Switch fingers so that I can dry that up a little bit. I'm just trying to make sure that I got everything through that silk screen that I wanted to, because there was a little part that I didn't do. Okay, now I'm going to get my wet wipe. Remember when I said I reuse wet wipes sometimes? This one I've already used like 3 times. It's still wet enough to wipe my hands with. I don't have to use a new one every time. With the whole shortage of disinfecting stuff, then I started doing that. Okay, now I'm going to pull straight down, and we'll see how this turned out. I super like that. Oh my goodness, that is so fun. Okay, let me pull it off of here. There's one petal, I don't know, maybe 2 or 3 petals that turn out great. I mean, because it's not perfect, but it just doesn't have to be. Oh, this was fun to make. Look at that, how pretty that turned out. Now you can see the deep purple in the center, and then you can see how I put the teal into that blue. It's not a perfect ombre, but it mixed really cool. And that'll make a fun little purse. For a little girl, a grown-up, if you don't want to carry much that day, throw some of the things you need in there, and your money, your ID, what you need, a lipstick, whatever you need for the day can go right into that. Let me close up my stuff. I'll bring back the projects that I did tonight so that you can see them all. And then I'll let you guys get to bed, because I don't know what time it is. I've been on here for, I don't know, over an hour probably. But I've done a lot of really fun things, and I hope that you enjoyed my video tonight. Please like and share. Tell your family about Chalk Baby. Tell your family about Chalk Couture. Go to my website. All the things, people, all the things. Okay, so this lid's really messy. I'm getting that wipe out again. This time I'll probably throw it away because I've used it enough. I just got ink all over my hands. I don't know how. But I got all over this jar. Oh, that smells good when you want my contest. Okay. So, let me get this last lid on. Let me get this over here. I'll clean up the rest of the mess later. I just want to fold this so that I don't get anything in that ink. I just got more ink in my hands. Okay, I'm going to put this aside, and I will bring over those other projects. Here is the black purse I did. It's canvas, so it's kind of stiff. And then we did the baby onesie. And we did my coffee mug. It says, "Why hello," and coffee. And in tonight's video, we also did this really cool canister. Trying not to touch any of this stuff. I don't want to mess any of it up. I don't think I did. Thank goodness. Okay, and remember on this canister we had the purple and white skull. And we had Rest Your Bones in the purple and white, kind of marbled effect. We had Harvest Moon in the silver and white, the pumpkin in purple and black, and the cat in silver and black. So, to heat set the glass, again, a reminder is you start in a cold oven, set it to 350 degrees, and then you want to leave it in your 350 degree oven for a half hour. After that half hour, you want to shut it off and let the whole thing completely cool down. Then it's done. And it should be good to wash. It should be permanent and not come off when you wash it. My guess is because a dishwasher becomes very hot with the water and everything. I don't know if it's dishwasher safe. That answer I do not have right now. If you do need to know that, let me know and I will find that answer. But I know that I have a coffee mug that is still good to go. It has not gotten damaged in any way, and it was heat set that way, so that should work for you. And it would be permanent. And then with the fabric, I'll just leave these here. With the fabric, you want to completely dry them. Put a piece of parchment paper down. Use your iron for 4 minutes. Do that to both sides. If you have a Cricut Easy Press, you want to set that at 350 degrees. You still want to completely dry your projects. You still want to use the parchment paper, but you put that 300 degree Cricut press, Easy Press, onto your project with the parchment paper in between for only 30 seconds. And you do that to both sides. So, I hope you liked tonight's video, and I think that's all I have for you tonight. Go check out my website, look into Chalk Couture, perfect subscription, monthly, $19.99 subscription. It will tell you everything you need to know if you look up Chalk Couture on my website, or you could message me down below. Please like, please subscribe, please find me on other social medias. I would super, super, super duper appreciate it. Thank you guys. Have a good night. Love you all. Bye.